while since I've posted the modelling video. As you know, I've been happily digging in dirt like a big kid, trying to find things from the past, and it is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it, but when I'm not out on the field or editing videos, hobby time wise, I'm kind of quite stuck as to what to do. Some of the time's taken up with reading. I'm doing a lot of reading about Britain's history. But as I say, other times I just don't know what to do with myself. So I thought I would try and pick up the modelling hobby again, on and off. I can see me doing this more often in the winter when it's more difficult to get out on the fields, the weather's not right, or so on and so forth. So the first kit I've chosen to do is something that I'm hoping is quite straightforward, and it's the Mark IV female from Emhar, the 1/72nd scale, of course. I have already got a Mark IV female tank in my collection. That was from Master Box, I think. So I don't think I've actually built this one before. I'll just show you the parts and some of the other stuff. So here's the first sprue, and we've got the upper and lower hull, and we've got the sides there where the tracks will go across the top of those. I think that's the rear plate, and that's also part of the rear plate. This is the exhaust system. Nice crisp detail on this. Don't see any flash quickly looking at it, so there shouldn't be any issues there with much cleanup. Here's the other sprue, and as you can see, we've got the sides here. We've got the sponsons for the 4 machine guns. So the female had 4 machine guns as opposed to having the 6-pounder guns. You'll have the 4 machine guns in the sides, and then there was one, I think, in the front as well. So that's that. And the last sprue is the tracks, which come in sections. It's not really an issue using these tracks on these kits. They bend quite well, conforming to the kit, and you just super glue them. You go along and super glue a section, let that dry, and then super glue. You know, you keep going along the track and getting them to conform that way, and it works quite well. So there's the first 3 stages of putting this kit together, which again is the machine guns and the sponsons, and this upper deck section. I think that is where you got the ports for the driver to see through, and the commander, I think. And here you have steps 4, 5 and 6. As I say, I don't see any issues with putting this kit together, and there aren't that many parts, so I think it's just a good way to get back into the hobby. On to the next part. So it's a bit difficult to show this. First of all, you get 4 options, decal options for this kit. You get, this is a British vehicle, that's a British vehicle, and then down here what we've got is 2 vehicles that were captured by the Germans and reused by them. So that, you know, these make for an interesting different variation on the standard kit. I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest. I don't know whether to just go for the straightforward British ones or to mess about with doing the German ones. I think I'm leaning towards this because I just want a straightforward build at the moment. What I may do is get another one of these kits and do a German one, and then I will possibly alter the diorama I did for the A7V, the German tank from World War One that Emhar produced. If you remember, I did a dio of that, and what I may do is take everything off that and just do a bigger dio, and I'll have one of these sat behind that. Finally, we have the decal sheet. Not much to say about that really. There isn't obviously many decals for any of the options. You know, there's only 7 decals for this German vehicle here, and there's only for Jericho. So as I say, it'll probably be one of these two that I'll go for. So the plan is now to get off and build it. I think I'm going to do this all as one video rather than separate intro video, construction video, paint video. I think I'm just going to do it all as one, keep it reasonably simple. So the next time you'll see this, it will be constructed, and that will be right now. Okay guys, so here's the kit made up. There weren't really any issues with putting this together apart from these two rails. Each rail has 3 pieces to it. There's a piece there, then this long piece, and then you have another piece at the end. What I did was I constructed these separately and then put them on the tank. The first one worked okay, no issues. What I did was I secured it here and here first. Then when that had dried, I secured that point and the end point there as well. But this one, what happened was when I put the glue on here, the body of the tank, this butt joint here basically came apart because the glue had got into that seam. So what I had to do there was secure this part first, trying to line it up with this one. Then once that was dry, I glued this part onto there, and then also at that point there, and then when that was dry, I pushed this end down to get it onto the body of the tank and fix that with glue. So that's how I got around that. So the next time you see this, it will have at least its base coat on, so I'll catch you in a bit. So I'm back, and as you can see, the paint is on the tank now. I've also took it a stage further and put the decals on it. My favourite part of any build really, because I think it makes a build pop. The colour that I used, the green, is Ammo's British 1944-45 Olive Drab, which is MiG 0112. Obviously that's for the World War II vehicles, but I think it works well with the early tanks as well. So what I've got to do is put a varnish on top of this in order to seal the decals in, then I can look at doing perhaps a bit of weathering. The tracks on the top were a mix of gunmetal and a grey from Citadel Paints. I can't remember which one it is, but I wanted to give the tracks that magnesium look as opposed to just a normal gunmetal look. I don't know whether you can tell, but I've tried to do some rough spots on the mufflers for the exhaust system on the top there. I've used gunmetal to finish the barrels off as well. So the next time you see this, hopefully it will be, as I say, varnished, and then it'll be weathered. I do like to show the World War I vehicles off on a diorama, but I just want to keep things simple, so I may either just show it without one or throw it on a diorama that I've already got for another vehicle. I may put it on that. So I will catch you in the bit with the finished item. Hey everyone, so here is the final reveal of the Emhar 1/72 scale Mark IV female tank. From the last clip, basically what I did was I didn't put gloss varnish over the build. I just went straight to putting a dark wash on it from AK, which is water soluble. Slathered that on, and then once it was dry I started wiping it off. Now possibly one of the problems with that is that because it wasn't on a gloss surface, it wasn't coming off as easy as if it had been on one. I think it took me about 75 Q-tips to get the stuff off where I wanted it off. But I think the result looks quite nice with the dark patches within the recessed areas around the bolt heads. I think the panels where it's been cleaned off more, I think that looks really good. After I did that, I then I also put it over the tracks and wiped it off the tracks as well, which was a bit of a ball ache. After I did that, I wanted the tank to blend in with this base, which is a base I've previously used for a whippet. So I got the Armageddon dust from Games Workshop, which is what this stuff is coated in, and I basically stippled it around on the tracks to give the impression that some of it's come up as the tank's been moving along the roadway. I'll turn it around the other side so you can see it from that aspect. So there we go, that's the build from the other side. As I say, the base is from a previous build. So that's it for this one. I started this, I believe, on the 8th of August. And it's taken me nearly a month to do a 1/72 scale kit. And that's where I am with my modelling at the moment. You know, I was at a point where I wanted to pick something up and build it, but subsequently picking it up and finishing it has not been something I've been looking to do. So yeah, I may start another kit in the knowledge that it will take me possibly a month to finish it, but you know, we shall see. Anyway guys, thanks ever so much for watching. I hope your week is going well. It's an absolute scorcher here in the UK at the moment. I think it's 29 degrees outside. Sweating buckets. Look after yourselves, and I'll catch up with you soon.